So 30 days ago, I made one of the best decisions of my life, and that was to quit smoking. I made this video to document that if someone who started smoking when they were 13 years old, and that was 17 years ago, can quit smoking, then you will also be able to do that. This video isn't a high-end YouTube video, like full of dopamine, quick cut edits. It's not scripted, well, minus this part. It's just me going through my life trying to do better and trying to improve and become better. Because of that, it's kind of rough because I'm not a YouTuber, and it's quite personal because I've just been filming my everyday life and my thoughts and going through it. And I'm sure a lot of you will be able to relate to this as well. And similar to quitting smoking, the video does get better as it goes along. As I learn more about video editing and I become more comfortable talking to you on camera. And I've left chapters down below so you can just jump in and out whenever you want. Now, I am assuming you are watching this because you want to quit smoking, or you know someone that wants to quit smoking, or maybe you just want to see a guy succeed and improve his life. So if you are quitting smoking, I thought it'd be great if you could leave a comment down below saying why you're quitting or that you are quitting. And then people can actually leave a like, and that can hopefully become an extra motivator to help keep you on track. So you can always just come back. If 10 people have liked that comment, there's 10 people showing support for you, saying that they also want you to quit. I just thought that'd be quite a nice little community thing to do to try and help each other out as we go. That's enough on my intro. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully this helps one person quit, and then this whole video will be worth it. I'm so happy I've quit, so I want to be able to hopefully do the same and help you guys out as well. Today I will be quitting smoking. This will be my very first day going cold turkey. I'm going to be filming it for two reasons. One is to hold myself accountable, and the second thing is for you to see that if I can do it, you will also be able to do it. So any tips I learn along the way, I'm then going to be able to share with you, and I'm going to be documenting the whole process. Well, my first step in doing this was getting rid of cigarettes. For sure, that has been going to be very helpful. So I'm the sort of person that if I have cigarettes around, sooner or later I will smoke them. So I've got rid of my cigarettes. I think I'm also going to get rid of all my lighters. So there's two objects I don't need to do that. And today, I'm feeling very optimistic. Luca. I'm feeling very optimistic. I think today's going to probably be the easiest day, and then I reckon day 2 and 3 are going to be much harder, because that's when the withdrawals are going to really start kicking in. So the next thing I started doing is writing down reasons why I smoke and the reasons I want to quit. And I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're either a friend of someone or you yourself want to quit or have even quit. And it'd be really interesting to see what your motivators are and the reasons why you smoke. Now, the thing that I found is after writing all of these down, I realized the reasons I smoke aren't actually reasons. They are way more to do with excuses. Excuses I normally make for myself in order to validate me smoking. The biggest challenge for me is going to be drinking, because I think drinking and smoking goes hand in hand, and I know that drinking is a huge catalyst for the amount I smoke. And if you look at enjoyment, do I enjoy smoking, or is it just addiction that makes me think I enjoy it when in reality there's no real benefit for it? And on the other side, I've got motivators, and that's more towards looking towards the future, which is very hard when you're going to be thinking about the future and you don't get instant gratification, but you know it's going to be worth it in the long run. And for me, like in the country I live, it's so cheap. I mean, a packet of cigarettes is $1, and that is often an excuse I make for myself. And that is definitely something I want to change. But let me know what are your motivators in the comment. And with that said about drinking, later on today I'm going out for a meal. So I think I'm going to not drink, or maybe just have one, to not allow myself to then do that. And that's going to be the first big challenge. So far I've done really well. No issue with no smoking because I don't have cigarettes. we're just about to go to the climbing gym to do some route setting. Now, this will be a very, very tough day. I successfully did the first day without any cigarettes, but normally I'm in the habit of route setting where you take a lot of breaks, you think about stuff, and I normally smoke in between. So this is going to be a very, very difficult day, but if I can do today, then the next time will be even easier, hopefully. Now, the other person I'm doing it with also smokes, not nearly as much as me, but he does smoke once he's finished. So I was a little bit nervous about all of that. However, I did find that using toothpicks was really, really helpful, and the cravings did sort of go up and down, up and down. And there was a really weird sense of accomplishment, the fact that I was like, no, today I'm not smoking. So I managed to get through this whole thing without smoking a single cigarette, and I think that's going to be one of the hardest things. So next week, I know that I've done it once, so I can do it again. That is going to be one of the biggest triggers that I realize is the environmental aspect, and also alcohol again, which I haven't been drinking, so that's going to be something I need to deal with. So this is day 3, feeling good about today. I don't have any big plans. I think I'm either going to go climbing properly or go to the gym. I'm not planning on going out, I'm not planning on drinking. So I think today will just be mainly battling cravings, which I'm trying to find some toothpicks because that helped a lot yesterday. And also I'm drinking a lot more coffee. I'm assuming that's because I'm trying to replace a stimulant drug. So I might try, and if I'm craving the cigarette, see if it passes. If the feeling doesn't pass for too long, then I'll probably make myself a coffee and drink that. But yeah, today, another day I'm feeling good. I'm feeling proud of going 2 days. I think feeling proud will help keep pushing me forward and not smoking. I also do think talking to the camera and holding myself accountable is also going a very, very long way. I think if you can hide it from people, it becomes way easier to smoke more, especially when you're trying to quit. So it's just sort of something I've been thinking about a little bit. This is day 4, and today I am just in a bad mood. Very, very rarely happens that I just wake up and everything's irritating me. So I'm not too sure if that's because of not smoking and nicotine withdrawals, or if it's external stuff that's bothering me that I need to sort out, or it's a mixture of everything. So I don't even feel like filming today or talking to you guys. It's, yeah, just not feeling good. So I'll make sure I do something physical today rather than staying in to try and burn it off, and I'm sure it will pass in a few hours. And just top it off, it's raining, which is actually quite nice. But yeah, day 4, don't know, we'll see how it goes. Still motivated to not smoke, because I don't want to put the last 3 days to waste. So yeah, yesterday, bit of a bad mood. Turns out it was a mixture of things going on. And what I realized was it was very, very likely amplified by not smoking, mixed with underlying stress and other things. So I talked about it, I figured a lot of stuff out, and yeah, so I went another day without smoking. Today is Friday. Oh, baby buffalo is very, very cute. So today is Friday. So once I am done here finishing work, hey guys, once I'm done finishing work, I think I'm gonna go climbing again. Oh, that's beautiful. I think I'm going to go climbing again, and I also think I'm going to have a few beers. See how that goes. I may just have one in case the alcohol combination with drinking really, really sets me off, because I don't want to have a setback after doing this for 5 days. And then in the evening, I'm going to go to the cinema with my missus. So that won't be an issue. Hey, buddy. I fucking love buffalo. So, I decided to go to the climbing gym for a Friday climb, which I normally do. However, normally I would be having beer and cigarettes, and I'll be there for about 4 or 5 hours. On my break, have a bit of some beer, have a smoke, and then continue climbing. It felt very, very strange to be doing that without cigarettes. However, I did decide to opt for toothpicks, which, to be honest, have really helped me when I'm outside. But the craving was very, very strong today, as well as we do have a communal packet of cigarettes just sitting behind the counter, so anytime you want to smoke, they are there. It was a bit tough, but I do think that actually doing something, whether that's a toothpick or a physical activity to get your mind off it, really, really helped me. So I did I worked up between level 1, 2 and 3 on climbing. All of those went exceptionally well, and then I started getting a bit frustrated with not being able to smoke, so I went for a harder climb to break up my mind on this. And I do think that sort of helped, because the harder climbs I really need to focus on what I'm doing, and when I'm present in the moment, I'm not worried about smoking. So this is also most I've drunk this week, which is 3 beers, and I definitely started getting a little bit tipsy. And I still didn't smoke. I would have loved to end the session with a cigarette and a beer, but I didn't, because I didn't want the last 5 days or last 4 days to be a waste. And I'm very, very proud of how far I've come. And I think having a positive mindset in this is helping me a lot, as well as talking to you guys and keeping myself accountable. I did want to talk while I was there, but they play music and I think I'd get copyrighted. I'm not too sure about that. But either way, now I'm going to go to a movie or a film, because I'm not American, but the movies. Yeah, 5 days, it's done. Okay, let's talk about Saturday. Oh man, this has by far been my hardest day of not smoking. This morning I woke up, everything was irritating me. And I think that is 80% to do with nicotine withdrawal. Very irritable throughout the day. My partner struggled with me today because I was being a bit of a dick. So I went to a Kung Khmer fight. Kung Khmer is very, very similar to Muay Thai, but for the Cambodia. My partner had a Maricot tournament that she was entering at a bar, and also I didn't smoke there. So because it was all outside, there was a lot of people smoking. And there was also an uncle, 70 or 80 years old, that was just fucking smoking directly in front of me and blowing smoke back in my face. But I mean, like, I must have drank about 4 or 5 highballs or whiskey sodas, 5 or 6 beers in smoking environments where it's very easy to smoke. There's a lot of other people smoking. So I am very, very proud of myself for not doing that. Saturday was a bit rough, but I'm at home, don't have any cigarettes at home, so I can't smoke. Don't have any lighters at home, so even though I bought cigarettes, I'd also need to buy a lighter. So yeah, overall, super, super happy with a Saturday. By far the roughest it's been, and the largest cravings I've had of that. And I will say this as well, is when I wanted to smoke the most, I looked up about withdrawal effects from nicotine, and that was what sort of solidified that I'm not smoking day, because I really wanted just 1 cigarette. That was it. The nicotine withdrawal is if you are very, very short into your quitting journey. If you smoke 1 cigarette, you have just undone all of that withdrawal progress that you have already made. If it's day 1, 2 or 3, if you have 1 more cigarette, you have just undone all those hours you have spent and tried to make better. And I was like, I don't want to waste 6 days of pushing through, constantly thinking about it and making it better, only to give it up because I'm drunk. And that was the biggest thing that stopped me smoking today, was the fact that I don't want to have to go through what I've just gone through, because I was thinking about smoking a lot. We officially made it 1 week without smoking, which I'm super happy about. Day 8 had the strongest cravings I have had so far. I was route setting, but where we normally do 1 wall, which takes about 4 hours, we had to do 3 walls, and I was there between 9 and 5, and I was trying to work out one specific move that I just couldn't quite make happen easily because I'm not good at route setting and I'm not good at climbing. I had hours of doing the same thing over and over and over, and I wanted to break and I wanted to smoke, and I think a lot of that's out of habit, and it's really dumb. But I guess if it's dumb and it works, it's not actually that dumb. And I was telling myself, just don't be a bitch. It's a really weird motivator, but the fact that you're letting something control your life makes you a bit of a bitch. At least that's how I viewed it on myself, and that's what allowed me to get frustrated at myself rather than getting frustrated at the situation, and allowed me to move on. Hopefully the geese aren't too noisy. Geese or duck, I don't know the difference. I think, there they go. So yeah, and then we also did that was day 8 and day 9, route setting again, and that was done. So I'm very, very happy about that. I think those are geese, they're ducks. So yeah, we are making progress, which I'm very happy about, and hopefully you are also making progress. And if you're not, keep trying, you will get there. So this is day 8 and 9 done. So day 10 and 11, I've definitely been noticing a few. So day 10 and 11, I've noticed that a few things have started to happen. One is I have been waking up hungry for like the last 3 or 4 days. Don't normally wake up hungry recently. Wake up, I'm like boom, straight away thinking about food. Which I think is fairly normal, is when you smoke less, your appetite increases. I've already got a big appetite. I'm not getting it. I already got a big appetite, so that's something I need to sort of monitor, I guess. But like snacking has been super helpful to reduce cravings and also not being hungry. I also think there is definitely a correlation between when you're hungry, you're more irritable, you're not smoking, so you're more irritable, and those two things sort of jam up together. So having like peanuts have been fucking great for me. I'm enjoying these a lot. I am gonna probably weigh myself in a minute. I do feel like I put on a bit of weight, but I would much rather quit smoking, put on a bit of weight, because if I can quit smoking, losing weight, it's really not that hard in comparison. So, but yeah, I think that's been the biggest change over the last few days. Craving a lot less intense, eating more, in a better mood. Yeah. So I think peanuts or something you can snack and nibble on as you go, super, super helpful. Definitely recommend. You're not getting any, mate. It's sorted. Let's see what I'm weighing. Okay. 85. I have still lost weight. I just feel a bit fatter. I lost 3 kilograms a month ago. So, and I was down to 83 to 84. So I put on about 1 or 2, which is fine. I'll be able to lose that again. So that'll probably be the next video as well. So, while my appetite's also increasing, I'm still drinking a lot of coffee as well, but the thing is, I have developed way more of a sweet tooth. No idea why, whether sugar tastes better or again it's the stimulant aspect. It could be that my taste buds, I don't know if your taste buds repair that quickly, then again it's been 10 days. But very into my coffee with condensed milk at the moment. If you've ever been to Vietnam, you know how good that can be. It's very strong coffee with very sweet milk. Is it healthy? No, but it tastes fucking great. So not too worried about my weight. I prefer to quit smoking than deal with my weight. So we have successfully made it to day 15 without smoking. We went out on the weekend at bars and we also didn't smoke there, which is great. And met a guy I know, was chatting to him about not smoking, and he used to smoke, and he gave me 2 really good points of advice. One was you start to at this point, I am not quitting smoking. I have quit. I am officially a non-smoker. I think that helps from a psychological standpoint. When you say you are something, if you do it for long enough, eventually you will become that. But saying I'm quitting smoking, it means I'm still in the process. But at this point, I am officially not a smoker. I am done with that. So that's the first thing, is changing your mindset about whether you're giving up, you're quitting, or if you are a non-smoker. And I think that's going to be a good mind shift switch in the future. Now, the second thing he said is, it was a good analogy of when you're going through, or quitting smoking, sort of like going through a jungle, and you've got a machete, and there's not really a path in front of you, so you just start making a path. And by keeping on that path and keeping using the machete to getting it down, eventually you're going to end up with a really, really nice path. But at the start, it's going to be very overwhelming. And if every sort of cigarette you have, that path then grows back over, and then you need to chop it down again and keep going through it like that. So it's just quite a nice little analogy I had when I was drunk talking about it. Yeah, and overall as well today, like, I'm just way happier, way happier now I've quit smoking. I'm in a better mood, less mood swings. So yeah, it's good. Things are looking up, and I'm very, very proud to say day 15, and hopefully you're doing well as well. So I was playing video games while trying to talk to this, and apparently I can't multitask, so I'm just going to pop this down and talk to you guys. Week 3, day 18, so far way easier. Overall, no big changes. I have been thinking about smoking way more often, but the interesting thing is, while I'm thinking about smoking, I'm not actually craving cigarettes very often at all. And I think partly of that is I'm thinking about smoking and how much I don't want to do it, and thinking about making this video. But it's very interesting how I'm thinking about smoking but not actually wanting to smoke or craving cigarettes. When I do have cravings, it's normally for a very short duration, much shorter, much less intense. It's way easier to manage. Today when I was working, going around town, did notice my sense of smell, I was paying much more attention to my sense of smell. However, a lot of stuff didn't smell good, but I was like, oh, constantly there was like a new smell. So I think my sense of smell is coming back, if that can happen that quickly. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I started going to the gym again, which is something I've missed, and I haven't done it for like about a month, and breathing just felt nicer. Overall, I think it's just looking up and it's looking easier, so I'm very happy about that. Hopefully it's going well for you as well. Not really too much to report. So this weekend we went to laser tag, and that was super fun. It's a photo of us. I thought I was posing, but I'm just standing there awkwardly. And yeah, cravings just get easier and easier. However, a couple of my friends do smoke. One of them moved away because she knows I'm quitting, whereas the other one just doesn't really care. And there was sort of just like this, almost like Palpatine's saying, do it. And it's just reminded me to ask for a cigarette. And the simplest way I did it is, I know once I have one, I'll be going back. I've already invested 3 weeks. Just push through it, feeling pass, and the feeling does pass. So yeah, it's getting easier and easier. Very happy. We are currently now on day 24, and things it's much nicer, and I do believe this is one of the best choices I've actually ever made. I'm not sure if it's like clarity or something, but I've also realized I don't really have any big problems in my life anymore, or at least at the moment. I didn't realize how much stress smoking was actually causing me, and how less stressed I am now I'm not smoking. I've worked for the last 3 months, so I've got enough money to last me for a little bit, and we've booked a holiday. So I've got rent covered, I've got a holiday booked, which is lovely. My biggest issue is that I need to lose weight, and it's not really a huge thing because I'm not super unhealthy, especially now that I've actually quit smoking. Yeah, I've got enough money, I've got roof, I have enough to eat, like my relationship's very good, I've got good friends. So yeah, I'm very grateful, and I think quitting smoking has made me realise quite a few things. And I do know that smoking actually makes you more irritable and more impulsive. So I do wonder if quitting that... Oh, look, a dragonfly. hopefully I can zoom into that just there. She's gone. But yeah, so, and if you are there, it will get easier. Just keep trying. In the same spot where I started on the very first day. To be honest, I haven't filmed a lot since my trip to Malaysia. Even in Malaysia, I just didn't feel like filming. It was nice to just have a break from everything, and I wasn't thinking about smoking, and I wasn't struggling, so I didn't feel the need to film and hold myself accountable. Cravings were super short, very short and sweet, if at all. I think, to be honest, I'd go days without thinking about smoking, and that's huge. So it's really, what are you doing, mate? So it's way easier for me now. I'm not really struggling, and I'm really happy with how far I've come. Malaysia, I did a lot. Oh, buddy. So Malaysia did a lot. Got engaged, so now to my partner. Yeah, I'm happy to go out and drink and not smoke. I'm happy to not really think about it. Like, occasionally if someone smokes a cigarette in front of me, I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind a cigarette, but that thought literally asks for about 10 seconds and then it's done. It really doesn't last long anymore, so I think that's just gonna get easier and easier. How long that's gonna be there for, I don't really know. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, hopefully this video has helped you to quit. It's helped keep you motivated, and hopefully the comment section will also be good for you to help keep yourself accountable. But just keep trying. I do believe there's no benefit in smoking, and I do believe that the more you try, eventually you will get there. You just need to keep trying. It's just swimming around like a madman. Ugh. Dude, so for my next video, I think I'm going to be doing a weight loss video and going to the gym. And on top of that, I may do a quick video on 5 tips to stop smoking, just to summarize everything I've learned over this past period. But yeah, thanks a lot for coming on this journey, and hopefully see you soon.